There's no doubt that she drove the final nail into this movie's coffin. She probably drove the final 2 or 3 nails into the coffin.
Yeah, right there. Zoom in right there. That's it. 163,000 rating, of which it got 1.6, not out of 5.
Night to night, the world is full of light.
Oh, wow. This isn't just a little slip-up, it's a straight-up disaster. Rachel Zegler, the same girl Disney crowned as the new Snow White, is now watching her whole career crumble right in front of everyone. And guess what? You don't even need a ticket to see the downfall. Her Broadway show just went from a high-priced gig to pay what you want. That's right. People can basically walk in for free. Her new movie hasn't even dropped yet, and already folks in Hollywood are acting like they don't even know who she is. It's wild, but that's only the surface. Behind the scenes, this whole thing is looking like career sabotage in real time. Not just about slow ticket sales, but breakdowns, nonstop therapy visits, and straight-up embarrassment on stage. One performance even had tomatoes flying at her, like actual tomatoes. That's brutal. And you think that's bad? Wait till you hear what people from Evita are saying. The stuff coming out from the cast and crew is shocking. But before we get into those backstage bombshells, let's rewind a bit, in case you missed how all this chaos even started. Rachel Zegler was once supposed to be it, the next big thing, a total natural. She came out of nowhere, got picked by Steven Spielberg himself to lead West Side Story, and she delivered. Sure, the movie didn't make big bucks, but critics loved it. She even bagged a Golden Globe. Everyone was hyped. She had the voice, the charm, the look.
Night to night, the world is full of light.
Hollywood was ready to hand her the keys to the kingdom. Then Disney swooped in, thinking they struck gold. Let's make her Snow White, they said. Let's make her a global star. And in the beginning, Rachel was on point. Sweet, humble, and lovable. But when she started talking during those press interviews, everything started falling apart. Something about her vibe changed, and people were not feeling it. Instead of hyping up Snow White or showing love to the OG Disney fans, Rachel Zegler decided to go full savage. She didn't just skip the sweet talk, she trashed the original 1937 film. She called the prince a stalker, said Snow White wouldn't need a man to save her, and even threw shade by calling the whole movie old and dumb. Like, what?
Gonna be saved for the prince, and she's not gonna be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave.
Was she trying to sound empowered? Maybe. But online, people flipped out. Her words didn't come off as bold, they came off as bitter. That too cool for Disney attitude had fans calling her out left and right. Reddit was on fire, Twitter was a war zone, and even Disney execs were losing it behind closed doors. One fan even wrote, "It didn't help that the lead actress basically said she hated the original Snow White. That's not how you promote a remake." And honestly, they weren't wrong. Disney fans don't play when it comes to their classics. But that wasn't the end of the chaos. Nope. Rachel then hit Instagram during the tail end of the 2024 election season and dropped a wild statement. May Trump, his voters, and supporters never know peace. Like, what? You're starring in a Disney movie and you're cursing out half the country? That lit up the internet all over again. And when the backlash came, Rachel didn't chill. She doubled down. Meanwhile, Disney stayed totally silent, hoping it would all just blow over. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The fallout was so bad, the Snow White remake bombed before it even had a chance, and it dragged a bunch of other projects down with it. Now they're scrapping remakes left and right. Lilo and Stitch made more cash than Snow White. The Tangled remake, canceled. And insiders are saying Disney's putting a full stop on a bunch of reboots they had lined up. It's like a domino effect. And it all started with one actress going off script. So, what did Rachel do next after all that drama? She tried to flip the script, start fresh, and prove she still had what it takes. She landed the lead role in Jamie Lloyd's Evita at the iconic London Palladium, big-time stage, legendary role, one that had been played by icons like Patti LuPone and Madonna. It looked like her big comeback moment, until the balcony stunt happened. Instead of performing the famous Don't Cry For Me Argentina live on stage like everyone expected, Rachel decided to pull something wild. She walked out onto a balcony above the theater, facing the street, and started singing to the crowd outside, who didn't even have tickets. Meanwhile, the people inside, who dropped up to $500 for seats, were stuck watching the scene play out on a TV screen. Yep, a screen. They paid top dollar just to be part of a sidewalk sing-along from afar. People were pissed. One theatergoer said, "Wait, I paid $500 not to see her live? This feels like some artsy prank gone wrong." Memes popped up everywhere. Reddit exploded. Critics started dragging the whole thing. That balcony moment, supposed to be powerful, turned into a viral joke. But the mess didn't stop there. Once reviews rolled in, things took a nosedive fast. Attendance dropped hard. Shows were barely half full. Ticket prices got slashed over and over, until some nights were literally free. Others went full desperation mode with pay-what-you-want pricing. That's right, high-end theater seats going for pocket change. One user online summed it up perfectly. This went from Broadway dreams to clearance rack chaos. The whole production started spiraling, and Rachel's big comeback? It turned into another headline-making flop, live and unfiltered. So, let's get this straight. People who dropped serious money on tickets are stuck looking at the back of Rachel's head while the folks out on the street get front row vibes for free? That's wild. It doesn't even make sense. And the craziest part? Critics aren't even saying her performance was bad. In fact, most agree her vocals were strong and her stage presence was solid. But her reputation? Way louder than her voice. And here's where it really starts getting messy. Word behind the scenes is Rachel Zegler might not just be catching bad press, she could be causing some of the drama herself. Insiders are saying she's tough to work with. Not rude or totally out of line, but tough. Folks who've worked with her claim she acts like a seasoned pro, even though she's only got one major hit under her belt. It gets deeper. Sources say she tried to rewrite parts of Snow White, clashing with directors over the tone and message. One crew member allegedly told a friend, "She talks like she's better than the material, like she's smarter than the whole story." Oof, and what's Disney doing through all this? Playing the quiet game. Word is they pushed back the movie's release just to let the negative buzz cool off. Some say editors are scrambling behind the scenes, cutting around Rachel to salvage whatever they can. Merch is disappearing. No toys, no posters, nothing in the big Disney stores. Like they're pretending this movie barely exists. And let's be real, when Disney goes silent, that's not them keeping calm. That's them prepping to vanish a project. This remake wasn't supposed to spark controversy. It was meant to print money. But instead, theaters are empty, kids aren't hyped, and the only thing blowing up online is how fast this movie's crashing down.
One, two. Okay.
All right, let's break it down real quick. First up, West Side Story. Critics ate it up, but barely anyone showed up to watch. Shazam 2, total flop. Evita turned into a viral mess. And Snow White? Delayed, dragged, and basically deflated before it even had a shot. At this point, when people hear Rachel Zegler's name, it's not excitement they feel. It's awkwardness, it's tension. It's that, ugh, not her again vibe. Now, when her face pops up on screen, fans aren't saying, ooh, can't wait to see what she does next. They're like, isn't she the one who called the prince a stalker? That one line alone followed her like a shadow, and now it's stuck. So where is she now? Rachel Zegler's not fully canceled, but she's definitely not celebrated either. She's in that weird Hollywood limbo, where the press stops chasing her, fans stop caring, and studios suddenly aren't so sure she's worth the risk. No buzz, no hype, just silence. She's not iconic enough to survive controversy, not adored enough to get that second chance, and definitely not quiet enough to fade away. She's just caught in the middle of a career freefall. Caught between chasing stardom and losing the audience, between fairy tale royalty and fierce rebellion, between what she wanted her career to be and what it's turning into. So here's the real question. Did Rachel Zegler just get blinded by the spotlight too early? Did she mistake that first round of applause for invincibility? Or was she thrown into these legacy roles that were already falling apart and made the face of the blame when things didn't click with the public? Because let's be real, this version of Snow White wasn't built for a happily ever after. And now, all eyes are on what happens next, because Hollywood isn't kind to someone caught in the middle. Behind the scenes, insiders are whispering that Rachel's team is scrambling. Rumors say they've been pitching her for smaller indie films, trying to clean up her image with humble comeback roles. You know, the type that scream, "I'm relatable again." But the truth is, the phone's not ringing like it used to. Studios are nervous, brands are backing off, and fans, they're exhausted. Some are still defending her online, saying she's just outspoken and misunderstood. Others, they've checked out completely. One comment said it best. She went from rising star to walking headline, and not in a good way. Even Disney, the same company that once rolled out the red carpet for her, is now shifting focus. Their marketing machine has moved on, investing energy into safer bets. You'll notice new faces taking over upcoming projects, fresher names with less baggage. It's like Rachel's spotlight didn't just dim, it got yanked. And here's the wildest part. She's still showing up like nothing's wrong. Still walking red carpets, giving interviews, acting like she's in control. But you can feel it. The energy's changed. No more next big thing glow. Now it's whispers, side eyes, awkward silences. Hollywood doesn't always shut the door. Sometimes it just stops answering the knock. So is there a comeback coming? Maybe. But it won't be easy. Not with this much noise, not with this much mess. She'd have to lay low, rebuild, prove herself. Again. And this time, she won't be doing it with the world rooting for her. She'll be doing it while everyone's watching to see if she slips up again. But here's the twist. Even with all this mess, some folks in the industry still see potential. There are whispers that certain producers believe Rachel's drama could actually sell. One insider allegedly said, "She's controversial, but she gets clicks." That's more than most actresses her age can say. In today's Hollywood, that kind of chaos sometimes equals cash. So now there's talk. Risky roles, raw scripts, maybe even a streaming drama where she plays a version of herself. Imagine that. The fallen star trying to find herself while the world watches. It's meta, it's messy, and it's exactly the kind of thing that could flip the narrative. But only if she plays it right. And that's a big if. The problem? Rachel's not exactly known for reading the room. Every time the spotlight fades, she says something else that puts her right back in hot water. Whether it's politics, old Disney classics, or just general shade, she keeps stepping in it. It's like she's got talent but no filter. And in this business, that combo can either make you a legend or leave you locked out. Meanwhile, her team is said to be divided. Some want her to go quiet, let the fire cool down. Others are pushing for her to lean into the chaos and own it. Full rebrand, full attitude. But one thing's clear, the innocent Disney princess image, that's done, that crown's already cracked. So what's next? A gritty comeback or another headline meltdown? Because Rachel Zegler's story isn't over, but whether it turns into redemption or just more drama, that part's still unwritten. And trust, everyone's watching. She didn't just eat the apple, she devoured the whole forest, lit the trees on fire, danced through the ashes, and then looked back like, wait, why didn't anyone come save me? That's not a fairy tale gone wrong. That's a full-blown Hollywood cautionary tale unfolding in real time. So, what do you think? Is Rachel Zegler the villain in her own story, writing herself into drama with every move? Or is she just the latest name in a long list of stars that got too big, too fast, and crashed under the pressure? Let's be real. This business loves to build you up just to watch the fall. And sometimes the spotlight burns brighter than it heals. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading all of them. Are we witnessing a comeback arc in the making? Or is this just another chapter in Hollywood's favorite cycle of fame, fallout, and silence? If you're into this kind of chaos, you're gonna love what's coming next. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a single twist in the wild world of celebrity drama. I've got more tea brewing than a Beverly Hills brunch table, and trust me, it's piping hot. And hey, before you go, and if you still haven't seen how Jake Black just reality checked her into another dimension, don't miss it. Click on the next video showing up on your screen right now for even more wild celeb drama that'll leave your jaw on the floor. See you in the next one. It's only getting messier from here.